Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Today's video is an Empties video where I go through all the products that I've used up in the month of September and I tell you if I liked them, if I would repurchase them, give little mini reviews. And you'll notice that this video is coming up on a Friday. I typically post videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but I have been having some trouble fitting all of my ideas into my 2 video a week schedule. Unfortunately, I can't give you more than 2 videos a week. I just don't have that kind of time. And I do an Empties video every month. They're relatively easy to film and to edit. And so I thought what I'd do is for the last week of every month, I would have my regular videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but have like a bonus video, an Empties video on the last Friday of every month. I'm just gonna get started. Like always, I'm going to put the products on the ground and we're going to sort them out together. So I have 4 different categories: makeup, skincare, hair care, and miscellaneous. So let's just do it. Okay, so like always, I'm going to start with makeup. I have a lot of makeup this month because I just finished my first project pan. It was my 15 by fall project pan and it ended on the 23rd of September. So I have a ton of makeup empties from that. So I will start with those. I have the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Illuminate Primer. This had SPF 30 in it, which I liked. I didn't like that. If you can see, it had a pink kind of shift to it, almost like I was putting a pink highlighter, like a really weak pink highlighter all over my face. It was okay. I really only wanted to use it up because I liked the idea of having a primer with an SPF. I think I'm going to try the Tarte BB primer next. That is supposed to be a good one with an SPF in it. So that one was okay. I won't be repurchasing. I have the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream. I'm in the shade Fair and I used up the whole thing. I even broke it open and used up the rest in there. I love this foundation. I will absolutely repurchase this next year. It has SPF of 50 in it. It matches me well. It's moisturizing. I'm trying to figure out a way to make this more long lasting though. It's not like the best with longevity, but I'm sure I can work around that. Everything else about it is great, so I will definitely be repurchasing this. So the next product I have is the Benefit Hello Flawless Powder Foundation. I was in the shade I Love Me Ivory. It's completely used up. I didn't love using this on my face. I didn't really think it was the best for my skin type and things like that. It was good coverage. It ran very yellow, so I didn't like putting it all over my face, and it was a little bit thick of a product, so I wouldn't repurchase it. I used it to set my eyeshadow primer, and I used it kind of to touch up the bottom of my cheek. If I used too much bronzer or my blush went down too far down, I would just like clean up the edges with this. And I'd also use it to touch up if I was really oily throughout the day or right before filming, something like that. Won't be repurchasing. I have an eyebrow kit from e.l.f. I had already taken out the wax side. I just had the powder and I used up the whole powder. I liked it. It's in the shade Ash and it was a great shade match for me, kind of like a dirty blonde color, and so it worked well. I do recommend this if you want something that's affordable and something that can kind of get you started. The wax side was good too, but just from having it for so many years, the powder got into the wax side, so that wasn't really great, but I think it's worth it. It was only $3 and I would definitely repurchase it. I have the Benefit What's Up. If you can see, there's still a little bit in there, and I wore this in my Project Pan finale video, and I got a lot of compliments on it, and people really liked it, and I do feel like I warmed up to the product once I used it for a little bit longer. It actually made me love cream highlighters. I'm working on a Clinique one right now and I actually like it. That's not something I ever thought I would like, so it's something that I learned from that project pan. Since it does have a little bit of it left, I'm actually going to hold on to this. It's technically empty to me. I'm not going to use it anymore because there's really not that much left in there, but I'm going to hold on to this until next year when I can start buying makeup again, and I'm going to find a cruelty-free, more affordable dupe for this. And so I'm going to hold on to it just for like swatching and comparing purposes, but it's not going to actually be in my collection. But it was good, and I would repurchase if Benefit was cruelty-free, but they're not. So, and it's also $30. So I have an Urban Decay lipstick. It was in the shade Native. It was in the old packaging. It's gone. It was a really nice kind of peachy pink color. It wasn't very opaque. It was definitely like a liquidy, not liquidy, but a really thin formula, so I didn't really love that. The color was a little bit too light for me. I think now that my hair is lighter, I think it looked a little bit better on me then, but yeah, I don't think I would repurchase this. I didn't love it. I have the Bite Beauty lipstick. This was in the shade Sugar Game. This also was a little bit too light for me, but it looked better when my hair was lighter. Like, it kind of went with my skin tone a little bit better. This formula was nice. I really liked it. It was opaque and creamy and thick. It was nice. It was nice. But once you get down to the bottom, since it is such a creamy formula, it kind of just like falls apart, and it was just really messy for me at the end. So finishing this wasn't really the best. Even though I did like the lipstick a lot, finishing it was actually really difficult because it was such a mess. So I don't know if I would repurchase this again. Once again, it's like $20 something. I think it's $29. I'm just not really feeling spending that much on a lip product anymore. I don't know if I would really repurchase this again, but it was nice. And lastly, I have the MAC lipstick. This is in the shade Faux. This was a really great, more like very similar to the color I'm wearing now, but just slightly more pink. It definitely had that cooler undertone, and I did wear this every day, and it was nice. I did like this lipstick. I like the way the MAC lipsticks smell, but MAC is not a cruelty-free brand, so I'm not going to repurchase. If anyone knows of a good dupe for that, though, I'm sure there's an NYX lipstick that matches that, so if you guys know of one, let me know, because I did like that color, and I'd like to get another one in that color. I have 2 more makeup empties. I used so much makeup this month. I'm really proud. This is the Rimmel face powder in the shade Translucent. I talked about this in my products I've hit pan on video, my first YouTube video ever, and I've talked about how I wasn't really crazy about this, and I just don't like the packaging. I think that's like the worst packaging you could have for a makeup product, is like just this like flimsy plastic thing that's all cracked and just this falls apart for no reason. So I repressed it in my repressing video as well, and I just used it up. I used it as a setting powder, really nothing special, won't be repurchasing. And lastly, I have the Maybelline Sensational Mascara. I did like this, but I like the Essence Lash Princess just as much, and that's like half the price plus cruelty-free, so I won't repurchase this one. I realized that this is actually a clumpier formula than I thought. I remember using this a long time ago and liking it, and then when I went back to use it again this year, it was definitely clumpier than I remember, so I'm not a fan of that. Like I said, I'll be repurchasing the Essence Lash Princess when I can buy makeup again. I have some skincare products here. This is the Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser. It was just a little sample that came in with my most recent Glossier order. And I have a full size of this too, and I like it. I love using this in the morning. I just want something really gentle and something that's really nice for the morning. I use a wet washcloth, and I like wet my face, put this on, and really rub it in. It doesn't suds up or anything. It's like rubbing a thinner petroleum jelly on your face. However, it washes off clean. It doesn't leave any residue. It doesn't suds up, so it's very gentle, and I do really like it for the mornings. Do I think it would be great at actually removing makeup or being like a second cleanse? I don't think so, but it does serve a purpose in my skincare routine, and I would repurchase it. I have another Josie Maran Whipped Mud Mask sample. I bought a little thing of 5 of these in a holiday pack. This was the green one. That is the cucumber aloe one. They all kind of smell the same to me and look the same. They're all just different colors. And I showed a picture of me wearing this color in my last Empties video, and it's bright green. Like, these colors are very bright, and it was okay. It was just a hydrating mud mask. I don't think I would repurchase it. I don't really think it did that much for me. I have a Ola Henriksen African Red Tea Foaming Cleanser. It's just a smaller size. I got this in a set of 5 different Ole Henriksen skincare products. I like the way it smells. It's very like citrusy, sweet and citrusy. It was bright red and it was like a foam. It was good. Nothing really special about it though. I don't think I'd purchase the full price. I'm not crazy about spending a ton of money on cleansers. Like, I know the Glossier one that I just talked about is like $18, and that's kind of like more than I'm willing to spend on a face cleanser. That one I won't repurchase specifically. And then I have the Dr. Bronner's All-in-One Hemp Lavender Pure Castile Bar Soap. I use this to wash my makeup sponges and my brushes. I love this for my sponges. I kind of want to do a video where I talk about how I wash and sanitize and get the stains out of my makeup sponges. This is the kind of soap that you put it in your sponge and it cleans it. It gets everything out, but it doesn't take forever to actually wash the soap out. You know how if you just use like Dawn dish soap or something to get it out of your brushes or out of your sponges, you have to take forever to rinse it out because it's just like the soap never ends. It's just in your sponge forever. This one doesn't do that. It rinses out pretty quickly, doesn't leave any residue. It doesn't really smell like anything. Like, I know it's supposed to be lavender scented, but it doesn't really have any like lasting scent on the sponges. But yeah, that one's really good and I would definitely repurchase. I like the almond scent too. I think that might be the one I get next. I have a nail polish empty, which never happens because I rarely wear nail polish. I wear it on my toes sometimes, but I never really wear it on my hands. This is the American Classics Gellus top coat. It was just a regular gel top coat. I really liked this actually. I don't know if this brand is cruelty-free or not. I found it at Sally's Beauty Supply. If anyone has any suggestions for a relatively cheap cruelty-free gel coat that just kind of does the job, let me know. I'm sure there are people out there watching who know way more than I do about nail polish, so I'd really appreciate any recommendations you have. I have a perfume sample. This is the Replica Beach Walk Rollerball. Number one, this rollerball was like $29 and I never found this in the store, so I ordered it online and I wasn't giving up to the hype. This is a YouTube made me buy it product. I always hear about this. People love this and I just don't think it's that special. Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't even last that much on my skin. It doesn't last for very long, so this was a waste of my money. After the first couple of days of using it, I should have just returned it to Sephora. Honestly, it was a waste of my money. I think it being $29 makes it worse too. It was just okay. I won't repurchase. I do have a hand soap in here. I don't typically talk about candles or hand soaps or like home stuff. Number one, I don't go through it very quickly, but this one I wanted to talk about because this is the Ulta brand foaming hand soap. I recently went to purchase like the spiced chai one because I saw that on the website and I was like, I want to try that out because I love chai tea. So I bought that and I bought like an apple cider flavor. They were on sale for $3, and when I went to ring them out, they were actually also buy two get two free. So I got 4 of these hand soaps for $6. So just keep in mind, if you're trying to find a cheaper Bath & Body Works version, Ulta has good ones. Don't sleep on them. They have tons of really great scents too. So I have a ton of these in backup. I have a Secret Paris Rose deodorant. I don't typically use deodorants like this anymore. I try to use more natural aluminum-free deodorants, but every once in a while I want to have something like this on backup, so I have repurchased it just because I don't know of any cruelty-free deodorants that I can rely on like I can with this. This is like no joke, basically clinical strength. I like to have this around. I finished it up wearing it in Portland because we were hiking, we were running around the city. I just wanted something kind of foolproof, and this does the job. This is the one I've been using since I was like, 12 or 13 or whenever you start wearing deodorant. This is the one I've always used exclusively. It's the gel one, so it's like liquid. It's not a roll-on deodorant, it's a gel, and it's nice. I like it. And the last thing I have is a Pacifica Coconut Power Long and Strong Conditioner. I heard good things about this. It says it's for dry, damaged, and color-treated hair. I love the way this smells. It smells like sweet coconut, like desserty coconut, like coconut cupcakes or something. And I really liked that, but this is a very thin conditioner and I prefer something a little bit more thicker. I kind of used it as a shaving cream after a while just because it really doesn't do much for my hair. I use a prescription shampoo, and I also use purple shampoo sometimes to keep my hair from getting too brassy, and that really dries out my hair, so I like to have something to really put that moisture back in, and this just didn't do it for me. But there is another Pacifica conditioner. It's the coconut version, but it's like a dark blue. It's a hair mask. No to this one. I will be repurchasing the dark blue coconut hair mask from this line to try that one out. And that's everything I have. This video was a little bit longer than my Empties videos usually are. I'm sorry about that. I just had a ton of makeup this time around. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.